Hey everybody, before we get into today's episode of the Dummy Time Podcast, I want to take a moment to talk about our new sponsor, W Energy. If you're tired of the usual energy drinks packed with fillers and artificial ingredients, W Energy is here to change the game. They've created a clean energy formula that is free from maltodextrin, artificial coloring, and unnecessary additives. What sets W apart is their focus on cognitive performance. Their unique blend includes vitamins and nootropics, with the star ingredient being Neurofactor. This patented extract from high-quality coffee cherries has been clinically shown to boost brain performance so you can stay sharp and energized throughout your day. And here's the best part. You can enjoy all of this without breaking the bank. If you're ready for that big energy boost, head over to their website and use code SCIENCE at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's SCIENCE and get 10% off of every order. And it lets them know that we sent you. A big thank you to W Energy for giving us the extra kick we need and for sponsoring today's show. Now, let's get into the episode.
Oh, thanks,
Now
Greg.
extorting. Now
Say
extorting.
Yes, Greg.
Greg
Now
isn't
aborted.
extorting.
You are all the worst kind of human.
Westford
Now
Sweet
reporting.
How would you like it if you walked into the doctor's office, and you just heard from like the other side of a door, now aborting? Like, oh no.
Now cocaine snorting. What?
High school.
Yeah.
Oh,
Welcome,
fucking
everybody.
Christ. Yes, hello. I'm pulling up what episode this is. I think it's episode 10. I think this is episode 10.
It is.
We're in the
Is
double
it?
digits,
Fucking
y'all.
magnificent.
We've officially hit episode 10. That's exciting.
Double digits, dog.
That's actually pretty exciting. I always I always figure like for milestones, you got episode 10, then you got episode 50, episode 100, and then every 100 episodes after that is like your special
forget
episodes. You know what I'm
25.
saying?
Don't forget 25.
Well, 25 is like, it's 25. Like you're a quarter of the way to 100 and you're halfway to 50. Like it's kind of like when you turn 18, you can buy, well, at least it's like when you turned 18 back when I turned 18, or when you guys turned 18, where we turned 18, like you can buy a pack of smokes, but you can't buy booze.
Your bicentennial is, important.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean bicentennials are. Yeah, I can see. I mean, celebrating episode 20 is just kind of like, hey, we made it to another 10.
50.
Let's see if we
That's
can hit
50.
30.
Bicentennial is twice in a 100-year period. So, yeah.
Did John go robot for anyone else?
No.
Oh, probably not, because my shit's
did.
been like robot. Oh, it did.
Well,
Okay,
then
it
what
wasn't
the
just me
hell?
that time.
I have no idea.
I don't know. There was so the other day, me and John were talking on the phone the other day. It was me, him, and Cam were just kind of sitting and talking about different shit. And at
I
one
tried
point,
calling
John-
that number and it just kept ringing, by the way.
Okay,
You were
I'll text
talking
it.
about talking on the phone.
Yeah, I'll text.
I don't know if it's where I was in the building but it just like, I mean, dude, the first one I was on the phone for like 2 minutes and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna voice.
Yeah,
and the
I'll
second
see if
one
I
it's
can-
rang.
I'll see if I can get a hold of him tomorrow, and then we can have him call you. But yeah, we were talking on the phone, and all of a sudden John just went like fucking whacked. Like his phone went crazy, and like I couldn't hear him. He was like, and I was like, dude, I don't know what you're doing, but I can't hear you. So like, I need you to. We got to do something. He's like, hold on, and he's like, here's some shuffling. He goes, this ear pod went through the washer and dryer or some shit. So it's probably the ear pod. And me and Cam are like, yeah, probably. What? Why did it go to the wash?
Listen, they're small and sometimes it just you got to stick it in your pocket because you got something else you got to do that requires you to take it out of your ear.
That's what she said.
Damn it, Joe. I was gonna say it.
I had it cocked, locked, and pre-fired.
You fuck.
Just like in COD, I pre-fired, motherfucker.
Much like the way you ejaculate.
Oh,
No, but yeah, it's been a curse today. My headset's been all kind of fucky, so things been coming out robotic. So I have to like check with everyone now.
Yomo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Oh my god! But it's been a long couple days. It's been a little while. It's been a week. It's been a
I
long
know
week. It's
we're
been a
not
wet-
hearing
wet
from
week.
the guy that sounds like RoboCop. Police
me?
officers, no loitering. No, Steve.
Oh.
Lord.
Oh,
Here,
man.
Steve, say something. Dun 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 dun.
No, it's I'm just saying, it's been a week. It's been a fucking week. I had a trip to St. Louis. That was fun.
Nice.
I went to go see the Arch. I went to see when I was like 10, 12, something like that. We saw the Arch, so I don't remember shit. But went to go see the Arch. That thing was really cool.
Yo, okay, that reminds me that art or that piece of architecture is part of one of my all-time favorite Family Guy jokes. Is when they're talking about how the terrorists who did 9/11 try to do a 9/11 too, but in St. Louis, and they fly right through the arch.
Yes. Oh, yes. I remember that one.
That was like one of their best jokes.
I remember watching that going, that was clever. That was a clever joke. Kudos. I remember thinking like kudos to them for that one. That was a
Oh,
really
Seth
clever joke.
MacFarlane, he's so far and above beyond when it comes to comedy. Like, keeping both his shows fucking going as long as they have.
You know what show is? I don't know if it's still running or not, but I thought it was every time I see clips of it, it's fucking hilarious. Is the Orville?
Yes. Oh my god. And actually, so it got new life.
Ah,
So
it
it's
did.
not canceled. It's still in production. It just takes them fucking forever because that show is a budgetary nightmare, but Fox is
Ah.
contractually obligated to make it for him.
Gotta love that. Gotta love
Because
Seth
he did
MacFarlane's got
because
Fox
he
by the
did
balls.
because he did Million Ways to Die in the West and Ted 2, and he's still
Mhm.
doing Family Guy. So they're contractually obligated to do any pet project that he basically has, and Orville is his baby.
That's really
Don't
funny.
forget the Cleveland show.
Is
No,
the
they canceled
Cleveland
that
stuff?
shit.
I'll say,
They
is the
canceled that
Cleveland show
shit
still going?
ages ago.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
saying,
been
don't
a
forget he
minute.
done the Cleveland show.
Oh, I thought it was like, motherfucker, that shit off the air. But no,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
American Dad.
Cleveland show was, I think, honestly, very underrated. But there's
Yeah.
one very big problem with the Cleveland show.
I swear to
Cleveland's
God.
actor isn't black. How do you have an all-black cartoon character show and the lead
Wait,
character isn't
hold on.
black?
Hold on. The guy who voices Cleveland in Family Guy.
Whiter than all hell.
Really?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull him up. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that
Mike
I didn't
Henry.
know.
Actually, no. Not only is it the like one of the whitest dudes ever, but this is the same dude who I'm pretty sure plays. Oh my god, who? There's somebody else that he plays. Oh my
Yeah,
god. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I totally thought that. Yeah. Nope. That's new information for me.
Yep. Here you go in the side chat, Mike
I'm
Henry.
I'm slightly in shock. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I'm
that's him.
What?
Why does he look like the baby of Mr. Clean and a genie?
He also was the
Thanks.
kicked in the nuts guy from that show back in the day.
Oh, that dude. Sir,
You
sir,
just got
sir,
kicked in
you've
the
been
nuts,
kicked in the nuts.
like where it was on TV. Yeah.
They just start
Jesus.
laughing. I was like, this is the fakest thing ever, dude. I'd be whooping his ass.
Jesus. I'm actually shocked. I did not know that. I did not know that this was the Cleveland voice
Mhm.
actor.
And he's Rollo's voice actor too.
And apparently he does Consuela.
Yep.
Hey, Cleveland Brown, Herbert, Bruce, and Consuela from
Oh,
Family
he does
Guy.
more than that. I'm looking at it right now. He does
Yeah.
oh my god, so fucking many.
I totally thought, yeah, I thought Cleveland's
Please
I
don't
didn't know
doubt
Cleveland's actor did Consuela.
No, that so like that is one of the few downsides, unfortunately, is that like Seth MacFarlane's development crew is very monochromatic when it comes to it. His writing staff, however, is completely rainbow. Like I have appreciated that about him.
Yeah,
Is that he has a very multicultural writing staff, just not a performance staff.
It's just
So
interesting.
Mike
I didn't know the
Henry,
Cleveland.
Mike Henry's done the Cleveland Show, Family Guy. He was also in Smokey and the Bandit, Smokey and the Bandit 2 and Smokey and the Bandit 3, The Longest Yard.
All right.
Ed, dude, he's been in a shit ton of stuff. He was in Scrubs.
Oh, funny. Speaking of Scrubs, okay. You know what? I was gonna bring this up on the next episode, but fuck it, I'll switch it around because you just fucking perfect. Speaking of
Mm.
Scrubs, so we were talking about Scrubs the other day. Me and Cam were sitting, we're driving in the car, and we are talking about Scrubs, and
Epic ass TV show, by the way.
so I posed to Cam because we were talking about it. I said, Scrubs. For me, watching Scrubs was one of my favorite things to do because it was such a great show. It had such a great balance of drama and comedy and camp, and the relationship between the actors were phenomenal. The chemistry between the actors were phenomenal. The writing was great. The storylines were great. And I looked at him. I was like, you know what? I would be willing to bet that Scrubs, at least in my opinion, is the perfect TV show. I will fight and die on that hill. Scrubs is the perfect fucking TV show. And it got me thinking because we're all a very entertainment focused group of people. We all either are performers or very much are like into the entertainment world. So what do you guys think are the perfect TV show? Like if anyone was to ask you like that show is the perfect show to watch.
So
See,
all time or an individual category? 'Cause
All
I think
time. Just
category is important. I've always said this is I believe in the Roger Ebert method of grading film and content. Is
Oh,
that you
we're
have
not
to
going
grade it
over all
against
that.
yeah.
oh no, I think Scrubs is the perfect show.
keep him eating
Period.
potatoes,
Flat out.
dog. Potatoes.
Flat out. Well, that's the thing is, I think Scrubs is the perfect show. Flat out done. I will fight you. Scrubs
So,
is the perfect show.
I
We're not
agree.
gonna bring up that last season.
It's Scrubs. No, because that last season doesn't fucking exist. The actual last season, the one not the last season where they were like, oh hey, we're gonna wait 3 years or whatever and come up with this new cast and try to do what fucking Grays did. No, not that season. But that last episode. That very last episode, that show itself is the only show I told Cam was the only show to consecutively make me cry all the time. Every time that had like one of those real heartfelt episodes, every single one of them hit me hard, and they would make me cry. Every single one, never failed. It's the perfect
So,
show.
so to me, I 100% agree with you. Like Scrubs, great A plus. To me, I would rather watch Scrubs than watch Grey's Anatomy.
Don't get me wrong, I
Ooh.
love
Unpopular opinion.
Grays. Don't get me wrong,
Unpopular
I love
opinion. I
Grays.
love them both. I love them both. I love them both. But I would rather watch Scrubs. Scrubs is more entertaining than Grey's was. But the one series I could sit down and can like watch over again, zero problems. Granted, I could tell you what the fuck is about to happen if whatever episode we're in, what the fuck is about to happen. Would be Sons of
Oh
Anarchy.
yeah. I don't know.
Sons
I
of
can maybe.
Anarchy was my Grey's Anatomy.
Sons of Anarchy is a really good show. It does suffer from that first season being a little hard to get into because the writing is a little rough.
You
The
had to
dialogue's
get
rough.
you had to get through the first season. Once you got
Yeah.
through the first season, everything it didn't kind of pick up. It ramped, like fucking ramped coming into the second season.
I
all
feel
the way
like
up to
I
like
feel like the show really ramped up when you'll know the scene when I say the white mask scene.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's when the show really fucking ramped.
So for me with Sons of Anarchy, whenever it was like edge of your seat, glued to the TV, can't wait till next Friday to see what the fuck happens, was season 5. Because
I haven't
spoiler
got that
alert,
far yet.
for anybody that hasn't watched it, you're currently watching it.
Yeah, I'm on
But
season 3 right now, I think.
by saying this, I'm not going to ruin anything. But at the beginning of season 5, because I'm not going to tell you what groups it involves. But at the beginning of season 5, they literally killed 20 fucking people in less than the first 5 minutes. The first
Goddamn.
5 minutes of the episode, they killed 20 fucking people in the first 5 fucking minutes. And from there on, it's like you're glued because they're starting to knock motherfuckers off. Groups at a time.
Yes. See, I
And
literally
then,
just got to the part like the episode where it ends where I think Chib is his name gets blown up in the van.
yeah.
I just
Yeah,
got to that. Like that just happened. So
have you got to I forget what season it is. When they're all locked up and
not yet. No,
Okay.
that's season 4 or 5,
Yeah.
I think. That's season 4 or 5, I think.
Dude,
Or
I
maybe
like
3.
fucking
Might be on 2. Who knows?
ugly cry, like grown ass man ugly cried at that shit, bro. I'm still fucking pissed. Like
I've seen the OP scene, so like I know what
I
happens
was
in the prison. So
so
like
I was so fucking mad, bro.
but like and I will say like Sons of Anarchy has been really good. Ron Perlman chews scenes, but like that's
Yeah.
all right because that's just Ron Perlman. Like but he's
Don't
good at it.
forget. Don't forget. There's one episode we talked about. Me and you talked about that. I told you I
Mhm.
want you to tell me who that man is without looking it up. Because
Oh,
it took me watching it twice to figure out who the fuck it was.
which episode? Which episode was that? Which character?
It involves Juice in prison.
Oh, okay. So for a minute I thought you were talking about fucking Henry Rollins, who I was not expecting to show up as a fucking Aryan Brotherhood dude. I was- yeah, I was like, oh look at that, look who it is. And Cam
No,
looks at me and goes,
like I said, season 5 is where it gets like really, really spicy. It's season 7,
yeah,
episode 12. It's called Red Rose.
oh gotcha.
Is what happens
That
when it
sounds
happens.
awful.
Yeah, it's when it happens, but it's like, yeah.
You tell me something has to do with someone in prison. You tell me the name of the episode is Red Rose, and I know what else is called a Red Rose. I don't like that. I don't like that the fuck at all. Steve, do you know what else they
It's
call
the
a Red
same.
Rose?
It's actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the same season that no OP dies in 4. Anyway, but they're
Well,
all back in prison again.
Steve, do you know what the term Red Rose also refers to?
Yes.
You do? Okay. Okay. I know because sometimes I'll think of something and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I always like to make sure because like, that's
Has
a good one.
everybody,
That's a
John? Have you seen Sons of Anarchy?
John.
Joe,
Joe, have you seen it?
I have. Yes, fucking great. No, I mean I find it's like it's in my like
There
top
he is.
5. But you know what? No, I wouldn't put top 5, top 10.
Have you
Because
watched
most of my
it? Have
tops
you watched
are
it, John?
comedies.
So y'all aren't gonna like my
I take his
answer.
silence as a no.
I'm very picky when it comes to shows. I never actually was able to get into Sons of
couldn't.
Anarchy. It's on my watch list for like way down the line.
It's because you
John-
couldn't get past the first 3 episodes. You got to get through season 1. I'm telling you.
John, I get it, and I feel the same way about Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Breaking
No,
Bad,
no,
great
fuck
show. Not the perfect show. Honestly, I don't really
I would-
have that perfect show, but if I had 3, it would be Forged in Fire, Deadliest Warrior, and Mail Call. Not necessarily in that order.
Deadliest
because
Warrior
the-
was the fucking OG
I-
show.
I love Deadliest Warrior. I used
Remember
to watch
how
that
they
show all the
finished
time.
That
that
was
shit off?
they
The
they
vampire
did the,
versus it was zombies.
yeah, it's that was like hands down, in my opinion, like an ideal show. I don't know about a perfect
I think
show.
they could do that show again.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, I mean,
They
there's
should.
only so many, like, warriors throughout history that were considered elite. But yes, I understand what you guys are
Well,
saying.
I don't think they even touched
Um,
on some of the good ones.
Mail call. perfect
Mm.
balance between entertainment, education, culture, history, and Lee Ermey is
Oh
the
yeah.
fucking man.
Anything with
So,
Lee, anything with
I
Ermy in it was always
I
and
good.
then
raise
Forged
you
in
on the
Fire,
educational.
Forged in Fire just speaks for itself. I mean, it's just a badass show. You get to
Oh
see
yeah,
him make
I
like cool
Yeah.
ass swords and blades and all sorts of
I
shit.
raise you on the educational / entertaining, and I say, and honestly, because I think it really was a perfect show, MythBusters.
Mm,
And
I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
But no, when it comes, so for me, for single season shows, it goes The People versus O.J. Simpson. I think that was one of the most accurate castings and best performances I've ever seen out of half of those actors. But for multi-seasonal shows, drama, it's got to be Hannibal. Comedy, it's got to be Parks and Rec.
Ooh, Parks and Rec's a tough one to beat. I still think Scrubs has got it, but Parks and Rec's is a tough one. Parks and Rec is
And
one of my favorite
I've
shows.
I've
Hannibal is
never watched
is
a
a
full.
perfect show.
You've never
I've
watched? Do
never
you like?
watched. I've never watched a full episode of Scrubs.
Really?
Ooh.
Never once.
You okay? So once we're done doing what we're doing in the next few weeks or whatever, we're gonna be sitting down watching some Scrubs because
I
that
don't know
show
about all
is
that.
that show's the
Do,
perfect show, and you need to watch
do
it.
y'all
I
know
don't know
Hannibal
if I don't
though?
know if there's enough action for it. I don't know if there's enough action in there.
It's not about the action; it's about the heartfelt comedy and the bro love between Turk and JD.
See, to me, it's the bro love between JD and what's his name?
Dr. Cox.
Yep.
Dr. Cox is one of my favorite characters.
He is one of the most asshole-ish caring people on the planet.
His episodes with Brendan Fraser were some of the most timeless episodes of television of all time.
I actually so that was a good one, but I actually referred to the one where he loses the 3 patients in a row and just fucking loses it.
Also a good one. Also a good one.
Oh.
Because that's a rare episode of a show that is very much a pure comedy show, but it's a
Mhm.
rare episode where they get to really let the actors kind of highlight the dramatic, maybe not the real so much because I mean it is like a comedy drama, but
Yeah.
like
But like
but at least
Dr.
it does
Burnout, like that was the first show that
yeah.
really talked about Dr. Burnout.
Yeah.
Like even ER didn't really like talk about that.
Well, ER didn't really talk about it, and like Grey's Anatomy talks about it sometimes, but like it's not.
Well, they dedicated like a whole season to it, but it was like 12, 13 seasons in.
Yeah, exactly. So like, but Scrubs really did show like, these the loss of patience and how it really affects the doctors,
Yeah.
or how it can, especially doctors like Dr. Cox, who are always that cocky fucking asshole, is perfect every time.
And that it's not always about surgery because so many of these like medical shows are all about the surgery of it all.
Right.
That's why I like Scrubs in New Amsterdam because they show the medicine in it. Like,
New Amsterdam is phenomenal. I don't know if you
oh,
guys have seen
so
New
good.
Amsterdam. Highly suggested if you like dramatic
Third
shows.
favorite medical show of all time.
New Amsterdam is really good. What's another show that was really good? I always say The Office is a pretty
Lost.
solid one.
Lost.
I fucking hate Lost.
What?
I fucking hate, and maybe it's because I was much younger when I tried to watch it, and I might like it now as an adult. I need to sit down and try to watch it
you
as an
need
adult.
to.
But as a younger, like in my mid-teens, early 20s, I fucking hated that show because that show was so convoluted and fucking like, I hated it. Fucking hated it.
If we're on the Office train, The Good Place.
Good Place, phenomenal.
Basically
Show.
every Michael Schur show just automatically on the list. Office,
Like
Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Good Place.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is
Brooklyn
really funny.
Nine-Nine is fucking awesome. I
Brooklyn
love
And
Nine-Nine's
even
one of
the
my favorites.
ending, like it was my least satisfying ending in the entire mythos of Michael Schur, but it still was phenomenal.
Yeah.
My one show that I could not fucking get into, like y'all, like John with Sons of Anarchy, just couldn't get into it. Me, fucking Walking Dead. I could not get
Really?
into it. I love zombies. We play zombies all the fucking time in COD. I love it. I love whole like thought of the zombie apocalypse shit, like we've been training for this shit for decades and bring it the fuck on. But I could not get into The Walking Dead. The only episode I could get into was when Negan showed up. When that motherfucker showed up and he caved in old dude's skull with that bat, bruh. That episode,
Spoiler central.
I got into.
Right. But you know what? I'm actually shocked by that.
Fuck you. If you
Because
haven't watched Walking Dead
The
by
show
now,
is over, technically,
Get over
isn't it?
yeah, the show's over technically. But I'm actually really surprised that you hadn't seen. I would thought I really would have thought that you would have enjoyed The Walking Dead. I enjoyed The Walking Dead right up until the season after Negan's season.
I
Negan's first
couldn't
season
get
was
into
really
it
good,
for
then
the
it just
simple
kind of
fact
started.
it was redundancy. It became redundancy. Hey, we're safe. We're going to hang out here for a while. Oh no, we're not safe anymore. Let's move. We're safe. We're going to hang out here for a while. Oh no, we're not safe anymore. Let's move. Like,
Yeah,
it became
We're
Well, especially
walking,
season-
we're walking, we're
we're walking,
walking.
we're walking,
Oh,
and we're
look, a
dead.
crowd of zombies. We're walking, we're walking. Oh
No,
no, a couple
I mean,
of people
to be fair,
died.
unless they're like runner zombies, that kind of would be probably the apocalypse.
I mean,
It's a lot of
that's-
walk. I mean, you look at any day in the army; it's not constantly just battlefield after battlefield after battlefield. Army protocol is just walking everywhere. It's Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
hurry up and wait. It's just hurry up and wait. But
I
I'm
lived
still,
hurry up and wait for almost 2 years. I know.
You know,
I'm still reeling from the fact that you don't like The Walking. Like, I understand not liking the entirety of The Walking Dead, but not liking The Walking Dead or not seeing anything at all is actually
I've
surprising
tried.
to me,
I
considering.
I tried.
I feel
tried
like
to
he'd
watch
like Fear the Walking Dead better.
I haven't watched Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's a different.
I
haven't
would
watched
rather marathon watch Resident Evil and fucking what's the other one? Underworld. Resident Evil and Underworld.
Bet fucking good choices.
I was gonna
there.
say, I don't know where you're going with that because Resident Evil is a solid fucking choice, in the Underworld series is vastly underrated.
Yeah.
Oh, vastly underrated, dude. That leather outfit.
Not even Kate Winslet, or I think it's Kate Winslet in a leather outfit. I
Kate
just in general.
Beckinsale,
Beckett.
idiot.
Why do I keep confusing those?
You
I do that every time.
uncultured
Every
slut.
time.
You
How do I confuse those
uncultured
two?
Swan.
No, I confuse those. You can ask John. Every single time we talk about Underworld, I confuse those two.
One's a swan, one's a duck.
Either way, it's not even the leather suit. They were good movies. The storylines were good. Like the first Underworld, when they like showed off fucking what's his name is the hybrid, and he's like all black and fucking cool looking.
Michael.
Like
Scott
Michael.
Speedman.
Yeah, when he was like that hybrid,
His
like
name
all
is
black
Scott
with the long
Speedman.
nails and all shit like that. Like
Yeah.
I went and wrote a D&D villain based on that because that was so fucking cool. Like
Speaking of underrated shows, Fresh Off the Boat, fucking hysterical. That show
amazing.
makes me laugh every episode.
So
Randall
funny.
Park and Constance Wu carry that whole weight of that show on their shoulders.
Constance Wu is probably one of the funniest actresses I've ever seen. Hello,
Bro,
Kitty.
and she was great. She was fucking great in
Yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Yes, that movie's fucking hilarious. Hello, kitten. I have a kitten.
Get that damn cat out of here.
Can you
You
hear?
know
Can you hear
what-
it purring?
Yes, loudly.
Ooh,
Get
I'm
outta
looking. I'm looking at lists right now of like underrated shows, and you know what? No, it doesn't get enough attention, and I'm
What?
so glad it. Apparently, it's getting like renewed.
Oh?
Mindhunter.
What? Oh! I think I remember that one. That was when they
Yep.
had the guy who was like not a con artist per se, but he was like one of those guys that just used deduction to like fuck with people.
No, that's I know. Think Like Me or something like that, or like
Oh,
I know which
Lie
one
to
you're
Me?
thinking of. Lie to Me. That's Timothy Roth. Yes, great
Ah.
show as well. No, Mindhunter is about the two FBI agents who basically start the unit that the Criminal Minds is based off of.
Oh, that's really
So
cool. I didn't
it's
know.
the
I didn't know that show.
biographical. It's on Netflix. It's 19 episodes and it's amazing. They got like all the castings done super right because like the whole basis of the show is they're not necessarily going to catch killers. What they're trying to do is understand them so they can catch them better. And the
Right.
people that they fucking cast to play like the representatives of different serial killers, holy shit. Like
That's
the
pretty
dude
cool.
they get to do Ed Kemper, the dude they get to do um oh my god, Helter Skelter, what the fuck is his name?
Oh, Charles Manson.
Yeah, like everybody's on point.
Oh, cool. That's
And
pretty cool.
it's Jonathan Groff and Holt McCallany like
Oh,
in their best roles. Like
nice.
he's an actor who's very underutilized. The
So,
the uh, the guy from Fight Club, the one who's
Oh,
like,
God.
"Sir, you told us to do this." Like he's like
okay.
he's like third in
Gotcha.
command.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. This episode of the Dummy Time Podcast is brought to you in part by Southeast Carolina Crossroads. Addiction is a struggle many Americans suffer with. Being a slave to your vices is never a life one wants to lead, and in today's day and age, finding help with addiction, especially for men, can be just as daunting as the addiction itself. Southeast Carolina Crossroads wants to help you break free from the chains of addiction and give you the tools to help not only get out of the damaging cycle, but also provide skills and lessons to help maintain your sobriety. Their 13-week or 90-day residential program is designed to help men get the support they may desperately need to break free from their addiction and go on to live fulfilling lives without the shadows of drugs or alcohol. I have a great friend that suffered with alcoholism. It was ruining his life, his body, and destroying the person that I knew. And although I am not personally a religious person, I was able to see that the good Crossroads had done for him, and I couldn't recommend them more. So if you or a loved one are struggling to kick their addiction, give Crossroads a call at 910-549-8487 or apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Once again, that is 910-549-8487, or you can also apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Thank you, Southeast Carolina Crossroads, for helping my friend and sponsoring today's podcast. Joe, what's a show? Because Steve gave us one, and I got it. What's a show that you could never get into? We got our best shows. What's a show
Never
you
get
could never get
into.
into? What is a
Like I
show that you
said,
could never get into?
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
I'm willing to
You
give
know
it another
what?
try, but I tried it and it didn't do it for me. It's same with like what's like The Sopranos. Like
The
never got into it.
Sopranos. Really? I'm
But
surprised
it's
at
also
that.
because of how young I was and the fact that like that was basically my like home life anyway if I go to a family reunion. So it was like
Well,
my
yeah,
dad
I could
didn't
see
want me
that.
watching that shit and getting ideas.
I mean, I could also see that given because I know you're like a very Italian heritage, for for you. So like I
Let
could
me put
see
it
that.
this way. I have enough relatives in waste management that it's we're only a generation or two off.
Like, so like yeah, I could see that. But The Sopranos is actually a really good show. I think you would enjoy The Sopranos. Like I would
Oh,
actually think you
I've
would enjoy
seen
it.
clips and I think one day I will go back and watch it. It's just not high on my list anywhere.
You know what I will tell you when you go to watch The Sopranos, don't watch the last episode. Just let
Oh,
the
I
second to last
know,
episode be the
I
last one.
know. I know.
Um, but Breaking Bad, so for me, Breaking Bad took me 10 episodes to get into. I think it
Mm.
was 10. But like it took a long time for me to get into Breaking Bad, but I can understand where you're coming from on that. Cause uh yeah, that show took me fucking forever to
So
actually like get into and to enjoy.
there's another show that I truly do love. And I know we were talking about another topic for like next episode about like what's better, like books or like book to movie, movie to book, like which one like actually is better the other way around. This one actually fits for both episodes, and it's True Blood.
I don't know anything about True Blood because
So True
I've
Blood,
never
people
seen True
don't
Blood.
realize like a lot of times it's a book series.
Oh, yeah, I did not. I knew it was a book
It's
series, I
like
just didn't know that it was
it's
actually a
like
movie.
Harry Potter. It's like Harry Potter. It's a book series, and
Yeah,
the book and the show. Well, Harry Potter, the
very
books
different.
were different. They had different moments. The book and the TV show for True Blood were kind of similar,
Hmm.
but I actually watched all of True Blood. That was
It's
another
so
show.
good.
I never watched it. I've watched clips of True Blood. I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen enough to know like kind of what the story is, but I've never actually seen the actual show.
You
Like
should. I recommend it.
I've been wanting to go back and watch it. It's just been one of those things of like when I have the time that doesn't exist, I'll go
Yeah,
ahead
I'm
and
appeal
watch
to
True Blood.
all y'all's danger because I know I don't think there's a man in this room that'll disagree with this. Band of Brothers is one of those perfect shows too.
Yep.
Yeah, I could actually, you know what? I could vibe with that. Band of Brothers is probably one of my top 5 favorite shows. John, did
I
you
got
watch?
you.
Because I wasn't sure.
Monk.
Have you watched Band of Brothers?
Yes.
Of
And
course he
Monk.
has.
Oh, I don't know. Monk. Oh my God,
Oh
Monk.
yes,
Tony Shalhoub or whatever the fuck his name is.
Shaloub.
Tony
Yes.
Shalhoub.
Shalhoub. I fucking love Monk. I forgot about Monk. Monk is so good.
Yep. One of it's definitely up there. That's one of those I could watch that over again. That and the original Batman animated series.
Oh my God. The
Mm.
original Batman animated series from the 90s was my childhood. That was my entire childhood.
Yeah.
That's another one I'll die on the hill saying that was a perfect kid show. Maybe not a
Mhm.
perfect show in a sense, but very much a perfect kid show, especially for
I gotta
Batman.
be honest. You know what? Gonna put it out there. Shameless.
Nah.
You know,
No.
very good.
Strongly disagree.
Why?
I think Shameless is a good
It was
show. I
just
don't think it's the perfect
mm,
show.
like
I
no
agree with
one's
Anthony.
that.
It was good, but no.
The
It's
only
just the unrealism of like how big of a scumbag all of them were.
see, it
It's
wasn't
just
even
Oh,
that.
to me,
it
that's
just wasn't
very
realistic. Mm.
Because I
See,
know people like that.
See, I it wasn't even like the portrayal of how much of a scumbag the entire family was. It was the issue I always had with Shameless was kind of how they treated Frank's addiction issues and
Mm.
like how they just kind of very flippantly treated addiction as if it was just it was this bad thing, but it always just felt very like, all right, like I get the show's supposed to be funny, but also like that's not exactly the best route to go.
They glanced over
And
a
it
lot
just
of
rubbed me.
topics, especially during a time where like addiction is at its peak.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
make
that
jokes
was
about they make jokes about fentanyl and shit like that, which I was like, okay, that's in poor taste.
like
The
that was my
90% of that show
Frank's
was porn.
banging fentanyl like it ain't shit.
Frank
I was
Frank
like,
Gallagher was a character that would be
Frank
studied by
Gallagher has the
science.
same drug tolerances as Keith Richards.
Ozzy, I was gonna say Ozzy Osbourne.
No, Keith
Yeah,
Richards, even
Ozzy.
higher than Ozzy.
So
I think on terms of like who in like the Hollywood music sphere has the highest tolerances, it basically goes Jack Nicholson, Keith Richards, then Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, well, Keith Richards has only got a high tolerance because he gets an oil change.
Don't they all now?
Pretty much. But
I
Steve,
literally I just heard in an interview. So Aubrey Plaza was doing an interview. I don't know if you knew this, but while they were filming Avatar all along, she lived with Patti LuPone the entire time. And there was one day where she was sick, and she's just like, "Oh, you need to see my special nurse." Turns out it was an IV nurse, and he shows up. She's not there. Like Patti LuPone isn't there. Gives her like a whole vitamin pack. She feels a lot better. She's like, "Oh, do you want me to give you what I give to like Patty to help her sleep?" And it was just liquid Benadryl. She'd never had it before, so she takes that shit and gets zonked. And Patti LuPone comes home's like, "Oh God," and then like force feeds her peanut butter covered egg English muffins. And then she's like, "Patty, what the fuck was that last night?" And she's like, "That's show business, darling."
okay. That's all right.
Because I love Patti LuPone, but she is an unhinged goddess.
Jesus,
Hollywood's weird. John, what's a show you can never get into
Mm,
outside of Scrubs? Outside of Scrubs, because I'm gonna get you into Scrubs.
hmm. Good question. Bates Motel.
Really?
Ooh, okay.
Really? Why
Could
couldn't
not
you get
get
into
it.
Bates?
I don't like the actor that plays Norman Bates. He annoys me.
I love that kid. He plays the good doctor, and he's great.
Oh yeah,
He annoys me.
Charlie Bucket. Yeah.
That kid is great. I've watched enough to kind of get. I kind of get what you mean, though. His portrayal of Norman Bates is a little off. I feel like it's
Oh, yeah.
off. It's not quite what you'd
I
expect.
mean,
from,
and
like,
he's the same. It's the same fucking tone. It's the same everything, and everything he does. I get it.
He's
on the
typecast
odds.
more than he's acting, is what you're saying.
he very much
He ruined that show for me. I'm like, okay. And honestly, the mom.
Oh god.
The mom, it was just, I'm just like, I hate her in everything. I can't remember her name, but I hate her in everything she's in. Everything.
hold on.
Oh
I'll
my
give-
god. Godzilla, King of the Monsters, prime example. Just I'm like,
yeah.
you're just getting in the way, sweetheart. You're just
Wait a minute,
getting
wait
in
a
the
minute.
way.
This
That's
is
all
the
you're
actor
doing.
thing.
Vera Farmiga. Yeah.
Oh wait a minute. What you got? What do you mean? You have any, that's she's the main villain of King of the Monsters. Not the main villain, but she's a villain.
She's
of King
not
of the
the main
Monsters.
villain.
She's the villain.
I mean,
she's the villain
she
lackey that
is.
has,
She's not. She is. She's not. She is. I'm doing this for the right reasons. I'm so delusional. I dilute myself in my sleep.
I'm not a big fan of her either, but I will say
I can't stand her. She is just a nuisance in every role she plays.
except one.
Her sub role is nuisance. Nuisance character number 1 or 2.
Except one. The Departed.
She was in The Departed.
Still annoying.
She's the psychologist.
Still annoying.
I didn't know that.
Still annoying.
She's
Doesn't
also-
help anything. Still a nuisance.
She's also Lorraine Warren in the entire Conjuring series.
Oh yeah, I knew that. The Conjuring series.
Still a nuisance.
I mean,
Well, the Warrens are pieces of shit.
All she does-
I'll
all
say
she
the
does
Warrens
is
were
make
nuisances
shit-
anyway.
My wife has friends who are in that
Literally.
industry, and she
That
says
woman-
the Warrens are just full of
That
shit.
woman
and
made
really
a
good at
career
marketing.
out of meddling where she shouldn't have.
The whole
Like-
family did. The whole husband and the
Like
wife
the
did.
whole
Both the Warrens
family.
did.
This woman made the demons more pissed off.
Okay.
Also, but also, King. I'm still on the King of the Monsters kick. 'Cause that's one of my favorite movies. Don't disparage. Don't despair. She did a good. She had a sacrifice.
She
at
was the
end.
only.
Her character
She was
was
the
good.
only thing that was wrong with that movie. If that
I-
movie did not include her and had any other actress cast as her role, I would have said that was a perfect movie. It was awesome.
I would have
Other than her.
I would have
Who-
preferred to her.
I
been the
would have
secret
cast
head.
her. I would have cast her with Robin Wright instead.
It's not even. I don't even think it's the actress. I think they should have. They should have made her the actual like head of the group. Like
Mm.
she should have been the main villain. She shouldn't have had the. I said the
other
noble
guy, yeah.
sacrifice.
Yeah,
But-
what was up with the glass eyeball guy from Last Action Hero? I was like, oh,
I'm sorry. Are you disrespecting Tywin Lannister, sir?
Whatever. Listen,
The best
I knew
character in all of Game of Thrones.
I knew him as the glass eyeball guy from Last Action Hero first. Okay.
I'm
Fair,
not even gonna
fair.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot he was Tywin Lannister until you said that, and my brain just put the two images on top of each other. And it went ding ding, and I went,
Ooh.
holy shit!
I got a controversial TV show opinion. So I know everybody is about it. Can't get into House of Lies, but fucking love Black Monday.
I have no idea what those two shows are, so you won't get an argument. from
Okay,
me.
so they're two Don Cheadle shows on Showtime. One is about like a management consulting crew with Don Cheadle and Kristen Bell on Showtime. The other one, also on Showtime, is about basically the stock market crash in the late 80s. And like
those both
what
sound
caused
depressing.
it. Oh no! So one is a drama comedy, and the other one is a straight up like raunchy comedy. It's so goddamn funny. It's not. It's not even like cute funny. It's like the Don Cheadle's first fucking lines in the show is he's giving an interview to uh to a reporter and then turns to his robot butler and goes, "Ah, now where's my cocaine?" Like that's how it starts.
Well, that okay. Yeah, I haven't seen either of those, but now I'm interested.
But yeah, it's Don Cheadle, Andrew Rannells, the one from Book of Mormon, and also Big Mouth, and a bunch of other shit. And then also Regina Hall.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have
it's
to
got a
check
really
that out.
like the main cast list is parts like Mad TV reunion, part like it's a very weird list. It's
Huh.
Don Cheadle, Andrew Rannells, Paul Scheer from The League, Regina Hall, the one from Scary Movie, Casey Wilson, who you would know from Gone Girl or
Yeah, I know Gone Girl.
yeah,
Huh. Yeah,
and
that's
then Ken Marino, fucking love him, and Horatio Sands,
that's a pretty stacked cast. I'm not gonna lie.
right?
I'll have to
Oh,
check it out.
and June Diane Raphael, the one from Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Abbott Elementary. Oh no,
Huh.
not Abbott. No, what is she better known for?
I'll have to check that
I got
show
a
out.
question for you. I got a question
What's
for you.
that, Steve? Shoot.
Most everybody here's probably seen NCIS at this point.
Which
Mhm.
one?
Out of
Which
all
one?
of them, hold on. Out of all of them, because you have NCIS Louisiana, Miami. No, that was CSI.
The one with Mark Harmon. What are you talking about? Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Like,
Yeah,
Nah,
this
bro,
one's
you
the
can't
best.
you can't beat
Okay.
Ganozo.
Okay, but who else is here? Grandpa force fed them Jag as a child.
fuck you. I didn't have to be
Oh.
force fed that shit. I watched that shit on my own, bro.
That explains a lot.
Yeah. That explains
I
why
know,
you're
I-
such a that explains why you're such a jag off.
The show
just-
that I got force fed was fucking MASH.
I love
sounds like the only
MASH.
thing you were sounds like the only
Ooh.
thing you were force fed.
Ooh, okay.
Jesus.
So one of the rare where it was a movie first, then a TV show, The Wet Hot American Summers. I think they are one of the they're flawless.
Never seen him.
Oh, well, have you seen Wet Hot American Summer? Bro, seriously?
Nope.
Oh my god, dude. Like, okay, so it's a movie that a bunch of the people that we all look at as like super famous now, all did before they got famous. This was 2001. And the cast list is every comedian in Hollywood right now. It's Janine Garofalo, David Hyde Pierce, Michael Showalter, Marguerite Morel, Paul Rudd, Christopher Maloney from fucking
Yeah.
SVU, Molly Shannon, Ken Marino, Joe Latrulio, Michael Ian Black, Amy Poehler, Bradley Cooper, Elizabeth Banks, like, and the list goes on.
Oh wow.
Like, all of them are in that fucking show. And it's about a summer camp and all the adult actors are the camp counselors. It's amazing. Like,
That's really funny. Yeah, I've heard of the Wet Hot American
H.
Summer
John
series,
Benjamin is just
but-
random. So in the movie, he's randomly in it as a talking like can of corn that Christopher Maloney's just hallucinating talking to. But in the series, they establish him as an actual character where he's the original camp director because the show is a prequel to the movie. It starts off where
Christ.
he's a camp director who sold the camp to President Nixon, I think at the time. Or whoever was president at that point in the 80s. They sell off either Nixon or Reagan. So they can store nuclear waste on the grounds, and then falls in the nuclear waste and gets mutated into a talking can of corn. Like,
What?
yeah,
That sounds like a fever dream.
the whole show is a fever dream.
So
Sounds
I don't
like
know
a
if you
bad acid trip.
it's a fever dream badass intro. So I don't know if you guys remember this at all. It was a show on Comedy Central that H. John Benjamin had. It was called It's called John Benjamin Has a Van.
No.
It was H. John Benjamin in a fucking panel van, like a panel van, right? That had one of those ridiculous paintings on the side. I think it was him riding a horse or a fucking whatever. But it was him driving around the middle of the night in New York City talking to random drunk people on the side of the street.
I love that.
And it was
That's fucking
it was
amazing.
one of the funniest shows I'd ever seen on late night Comedy Central in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, and then it was all of a sudden he was Archer. And I was like, oh, it's that guy. Recognize his voice. It was his voice that gave him away because he's got the same voice.
Go look at that trailer and tell me that it is not the ultimate fever dream of our generation of Hollywood.
Let me see here. Ah! Some guy started telling me about his daughter who had open heart surgery, screaming at me.
Jesus.
I was like, ah.
I got a question. I got a question for y'all to wrap up this episode. What's one movie series that they could not remake in with times the way they are currently?
Scary movie.
Any Mel Brooks movie.
I think they could still make some of the Mel Brooks movies. They could remake like Spaceballs and all those movies if they wanted to.
Not in the comedy style of the time.
I think they could rework the jokes to make them fit with today's.
No, see, no. No. You've already failed because you're having to rework the humor.
Well,
that
rework the
humor
but
came out raw and It doesn't. No. You asked, bro. You literally just asked the question. What is a movie series that could, if they were to make it just like they did back then, it would not survive today.
I think it would if they took the jokes. I think they would. I think if they made the jokes pertinent to today. I don't mean rework the comedy per se. I just mean make the jokes.
I get what you mean, Dickel.
Yeah, make the jokes relevant.
I get what you mean.
If you're gonna do your racisms, do it to today's culture, not old culture.
Right.
Well, I mean, but that was kind of the style. I mean, he's old, but that's what I mean. Like, he's old school.
Like, don't get me wrong.
So he's going to make old school style jokes.
Like, I think
on
if they
new issues.
Yeah, if they re-released Spaceballs or like, maybe not Spaceballs, but like,
no,
Blazing
it's coming.
Saddles.
They're already doing Spaceballs. Spaceballs 2 is in production.
Well,
yeah, dude, if they release Blazing Saddles like it was back then today, hell no.
If they just released it in theaters right now, they would have some people go in to remember the old times, but then you would have a whole bunch of new kids, like young kids that went to go see the movie. Like, maybe not young, but like 12, 13, 14-year-old kids going to see this movie, and they'll come out and just be like, "Oh,
nah, man,
cancel Mel Brooks."
The second,
unless they add the Rizzler.
The second the little old lady scene comes up, I mean, you're going to see like mass walkouts.
Yeah. Like, I feel like, if they re-released it would just.
I don't know. So here's the thing. I think with the right actor leading the cast, and definitely some more modern pacing.
Yeah, duh, because all of them are dead.
Well, I think there is an actor who could play. What was the main character's name?
Which one?
Yeah, I know.
The sheriff.
Childish Gambino.
Sheriff. The sheriff. Let's just call him the sheriff because I can't remember his fucking name right now. But
Childish Gambino.
Yup, exactly who I was thinking. He would nail the fuck out of that role. Either him or his co-star from Atlanta.
Yeah.
See,
the one from Thank You for Calling or something like that.
Sean William Scott would be an amazing deputy.
Either him or Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I could see Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I could kind of see Paul Rudd. He might have to like change his mannerisms a little bit.
Yeah, I personally don't think I don't think they could take the Scary Movie series and re-release that today. Not the way it was before.
Oh God, Scary Movie 3, Leslie Nielsen. Oh,
Yeah, like just that entire
Hey, how
series.
are you? Hey, how are you?
when he created when he created the Native American chiefs, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh!"
Well, it's just between that and the fact they pick on like
Oh,
the
so
sexual
bad.
humor, the physical disability humor, the just everything that made those movies funny back in the early 2000s, when they first came out, it they could not do that today, not in 2024.
American Pie.
I don't know. Orange is the New Black is still pretty hot, so like I think
Yeah,
American Pie could still pass.
I think it could. Also, I challenge your deputy casting. Actually, I think I have someone who would absolutely be amazing at it.
Mm,
Daniel Radcliffe.
I've
no,
seen Radcliffe in his
no.
other things, and I
D-
could say maybe.
I
I could say
I could
maybe.
see it, but I
I could
mean,
actually see
there's better
him do.
people
I
out
could
there.
see him doing a biopic of Gene Wilder. He
That I could see.
nailed the biopic for Weird Al.
You mean the
I'm
biopic that
sorry,
wasn't a
but
biopic?
I'm
Yes.
sorry, but Daniel Radcliffe will always and forever be Harry Potter, no matter which fucking movie
You know
he's in.
what? You know what, Steve? You know what, Steve? I can fix that for you. Go ahead and Google Daniel Radcliffe. She's coming around the mountain.
Or
I really don't think I want to.
Daniel Radcliffe horns.
I mean, Horns is a great movie, but no, go ahead and Google Daniel Radcliffe. She'll be coming around the mountain, and that will change your perception. You'll never see him as Harry Potter ever again.
Mm.
That, or you'll see him in that scene as Harry Potter, and then we need to go get you checked or call the police.
So that's
Jack
I'm sorry,
Black as the leader of the outlaw
Um,
gang.
so my TV show or my movie series that you cannot rewrite because I don't care how you try to rewrite this movie to current times, you won't be able to successfully do it. Smoking the Bandit. Can't fucking do it. I don't care. You can try. Good luck.
They did. It was called Fast and the Furious, and they've made 30 of them.
No, I'm sorry. You cannot compare Fast and the Furious and Smoking the Bandit. Absolutely.
Hold on,
Wait,
y'all.
what are you
rate
talking
Hold on.
about? What are you talking about?
Hold
They're
on.
taking
I
stolen
got
goods,
y'all beat.
transporting them across
I
the
got-
country, and trying to avoid the police.
I got y'all. I got y'all.
The
beat.
honeymooners.
You're not going. You're not gonna beat this, y'all. Roots.
Well, I mean, they could.
I mean,
They could. And it would
One of
be
the
pretty
hits
goddamn
did,
good.
and It was
I think
Django
good.
Unchained.
They could redo. I think they could. I think they
Yeah.
very much could redo Roots.
They
I don't
redid
know,
it.
Yeah.
man.
Dude, they successfully already did it. It was Django Unchained.
I was gonna say 12 Years a Slave, but yeah. No,
I'm
that
sorry,
could
I couldn't laugh at
absolutely be
that.
redone. That could absolutely be redone.
I think they could redo it. They would just be gentler about it when they did certain
No,
things.
no.
you're-
Actually, I
you're-
think that they're gonna go more hardcore.
If they released it as a TV series, now if they
Yeah,
went and made a
HBO.
Roots movie,
HBO.
This is gonna be it'd be HBO.
yeah, I could see
Even
it.
the Roots series was pretty hardcore.
You know what series
I'll
I
tell
think
you
could
what,
get remade today? Oz.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Oz would make it through today's day and age.
I
Smoking
mean,
the Bandit would
Orange
make
is the
a
New
good
Black
Oz
did, and
movie.
that show was pretty
Nah,
rough.
wasn't as hardcore as Oz.
Not as hardcore as Oz, but it was
No.
it got close.
I
Especially
think
so.
Smoking the Bandit
Here's the thing:
would be
did you
fine.
watch Orange is the New Black
No.
all the way through?
Yes.
Okay, because I was gonna say those later seasons, especially once they were in Max, oh, that was a very different show.
I mean, they
So
got it got different, but I think Smoking the Bandit would have to reduce some of their undertones, but I think they could
dude,
possibly Suited seriously, they could redo it.
a lot of the jokes that were made in that movie that were off cuff jokes could not be done in with current situation.
Oh,
You could
probably not.
not do it
Probably not. Probably not. No, but
because
I
there's
think
like a whole plethora of people that are gonna be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he
but
said that!"
that's the
Like,
thing with remakes though. They never remake them word for word or line for line. They always retool them a little bit to fit, you
but
know.
you couldn't retune that movie series to fit and it work.
I mean,
That
I
movie
suppose
series was
Fast and Furious
literally
did it,
a
but
series
They
it was
could give it a good old college try.
I would vote that Porky's couldn't be made today.
Oh hell no. Oh
I don't
god
think
no.
I
Yeah,
don't think they could get away with
100%.
Porky's.
No, 100%. They could not get away with Porky's, dude.
You
Like
can't
what is
remake
it?
Big.
Porky's. Oh my god, no.
Nope, can't remake Big.
No.
Nope, could never remake Big.
Same thing. You also can't remake Can't Buy Me Love.
Nope,
Oh my god.
nope, can't
It's
do
like
that
I'm
either.
gonna pay you to be my girlfriend. It's like, sir, that is
Yep.
prostitution.
There's a, you know, there's a movie that I don't remember the name of, but I specifically remember it was about these two young dudes, and the two young dudes, their whole half of the movie was them trying to get laid and like figure out what that's all about. It's like a coming of age story, right? It was made in like the I think want to say mid-90s. Um, but these two kids definitely just ride their bikes up to this known prostitute's house and try to pay her to have sex with them at like 11 years old.
sounds
And I
like
remember
Alex Springer.
And well, I remember it came on the TV not too long ago when I was at my folks' place. It just was on TV at some point, and I remember watching it, and I came across that scene, and I was like, "Huh, they couldn't make this movie and release it today."
Okay, I raise you, and they're both bad for the exact same reason. You can't remake Revenge of the Nerds or 16 Candles today.
Yeah, nope. I don't think you could do 16 Candles or Kids.
No, Revenge of the Nerds, even worse.
Yeah, nope. Revenge of the Nerds is also out. Because of so many things, so many reasons. But I vote we continue this conversation, moving on to the next episode because we're past the hour. I appreciate everyone coming and listening to us. Thank you so much. Make sure to check us out on Spotify. Rate us 5 stars if you can, because that really actually does help us out now. Make sure to check us out the MSG9K1 channel on YouTube so you can see all of our gaming stuff. Also, I do want to say this is being recorded on October 9th. So we do want to say, just with it being coming out on October 9th, we want to say we hope that everyone stays safe in Florida because the hurricane is currently running through there. We want to make sure everyone stays safe there, as best as you can. And hopefully things don't get too fucking wild with that shit. But anyway, we're gonna take a break and then do another one of these. So bye.
Later.
Yeah, right. Yeah.